Yeah. Now we are going to start with the development work in Informatica. So here we can see first thing is like now in this session we will try to configure with how we are going to configure with how we are going to create a folder for the project, and how we are going to import the sources, and how we are going to create the targets. Everything we will learn in this session. For this, first of all we need to select repository manager. In repository manager, for our project we can create a folder. So once we open this repository manager, here we can see the repository. Under this repository, let me restart my Informatica services once. Now you all can see it got connected. Here we can see so many trainings, but now we will create, for our understanding, we will create a new project for our project, for our training. Here I am going to folder for my creation for my project. I am creating it as you can see we are created with the folder Durga Software Solutions. First thing is like we need a target to load all our tables, target tables, into the target, because by default we don't have any target tables available in our project requirement. So if we load something here, then we can take the load, we can create a target schema, and into that we can create the table structures. By default in our project, most of the time you will be having the target structures available and source database tables are available. Only thing you need to import there. But here this is a local machine, like where we are getting trained, we might not have any target table, target schema available to load the target tables into that. For that, what I am doing here is I am going to my Oracle database which is available in my machine. Here I am creating a new user. We created. User is created, and we are making it as Grand DBA to Durga. This one is also created. Now I'll show you here. Durga software is the folder where we need to create all our development work in real time. So once we create this Durga software folder, next what we need to do is to import the sources and targets into Durga software. We need to connect to the designer. So here I am connecting to designer here. D is for my designer, W is for workflow manager, M for is workflow monitor, R for repository manager. Here we can see sources as well as targets. Sources is the folder where we will be having all the sources, imported sources will be available, and targets is the folder where all our imported targets will be available. Into this sources, I will go to source folder here. Here I will select import from database. Okay, and here I can import it from HR source, I can import it from Scott anywhere, SH anywhere, because like I created a connection. But for our target we need to create a ODBC connection. Through ODBC connection we can connect to any database and we can import as a source or as a target any place. First, once we select this one, right? First, once we go to tools and once we select source analyzer. Source analyzer is the space where we will import the sources. Once sources will be imported into the sources folder, once we drag and drop source analyzer, we can view the sources. And this one is the target designer, where we will be designing the target, and this one is the mapping designer, where we will be designing the entire mapping source and target. Once you select sources, you will get sources here. Once you select targets, you will get targets here, and once you select mapping, you will get mappings and transformations, which we can use it in mapping here. So first I am selecting sources. From sources I am importing from database. So which database I want to import? I'll import from Scott. So Scott schema is connected. Under this schema, I want to import department and employee tables. If I click OK, you all can see that Scott table is imported. Suppose if you want to view the data which is available under employee or department, you can just select the table, right click on it and select preview data. Here you can select the data source which you want to view the data. You all can see here employee table, whatever the data is available, it is showing here. The same way you can select the department and you can view the data also. From your source, whatever the data is available, you can view it here. Okay, now how we are going to design with, how we are going to, suppose let us assume in our scenario we'll create a simple mapping saying that this employee table is having a data, and the same employee table structure I'll create it into my target by name Durga. There I will create the table structure employee, and I will move this data from this employee score table to the employee table which I am creating in Durga user. So how we will create a ODBC connection to the Durga user? For that we'll go to target, and here first of all I'll go to sources, import from database. Here you go here and select the icon which is available at the corner. Once you select that, you can create user DSN for your connection. So I want to add one more user DSN to my Oracle database, that is Durga. Connection is successful. Once you click OK, see Durga also will be available under the list which we created a ODBC connection. Okay, now I want to make this employee table available under my Durga database. Durga under Oracle, Durga is an user, that means a schema need to be created there. That means I want to create a table structure from Informatica itself. Normally we can create table structure under any user, and we can make that one, if it is a target user, under that you can create the empty table structures. From source to target we'll map it and we'll load the data. But here I am trying to create it from Informatica into the target. So what I am doing, I am expanding my sources. Here I am selecting employee, dragging and dropping it here. We can see the employee table here, and this employee table I want to create it to my target. So I am going to target, generate execute SQL. Here I am connecting, I am clicking on connect, and I am selecting my target, under which target I want to create this user schema. I am selecting it as Durga is the one. User ID and password, it will be connected. Next what we need to do, we need to create table. See, create table. The primary key and foreign key relationship, if it is available under your source table, that also need to be created onto your target table. That's why we are creating create primary key and foreign key relationship. Now once I select generate and execute, so what it will do is, see, it will create a create tables script here into your Durga software. So you can take this create table script and you can make it into files, and you can make sure this table script is used in your development, from development environment. If you are moving your project for your testing into QA, there in QA also we might be using this particular table structure, right? So at that point, whenever we want to use, we can just copy and paste this table structure into the target, and we can run it there, and that one will be automatically created. Okay, now here what we are doing is we are going to targets. Already table is created, just once we will save it. So what happens, into your targets employee table is available. This employee table is having data, and this employee table is not having any data. Just for a simple mapping, for our understanding how this Informatica will move data from one source to the target, we are just dragging a connection between source employee table and employee table under the targets, so that we will run a mapping and we will see how the data will be loaded. Now for designing a mapping, we are clicking on Mapping Designer. Once we click on Mapping Designer, under this Mapping Designer, first I need to drag and drop my employee table. Here we need to provide mapping naming convention here. Mapping naming convention should be like this. It should start with M underscore employee underscore target. Just I am moving employee source to employee target data. That's why I am creating EMPS to EMPT. Okay, mapping naming convention is given. This one is the source. Just try to understand, once we drag and drop any source table into the target, that means any source table into the Mapping Designer, what happens here is, first it will create a source definition, your original table from your database. Next it will pass through a transformation, that one we call it as a source qualifier transformation. Here we need to understand any table which we are moving into the Mapping Designer of your Informatica, that source table will pass through a default transformation, that one we call it as a source qualifier, because source qualifier can accept any table into the source qualifier transformation, and it can provide the output ports which you can see, which you can map it to your targets. So this is the way this source qualifier is a default transformation available in your mapping once you are dragging your source into the Mapping Designer. Once it is designed, and the next minute what we need to do, we need to make use of the target. So I am dragging my target and I am dropping it here. Here I want to map my employee to employee number of my target, employee name to the name of my target. Like you can do it like this, dragging it individually, dropping it one on one, or you can select all and drag and drop it at a time. Anyway you can do it here, but as a best practice try to do it one on one, because your source table names, source table column names as well as your target table column names might be differing in your real-time environment when you are working on any project. So at that time you will be getting an Excel file where it will show you what are the sources and what are the target column names. Depending on that, like you will be mapping your source and target column names. Here you can see employee source through source qualifier employee and employee target, everything is designed mapping. Now we are saving this mapping. For that I am clicking on Ctrl S. Once you click on Ctrl S, it will be saved. Here you can see this one is saved. So employee, without any errors, this mapping is completely done. What we are going to do next after designing this mapping? Now what we have done, we opened the repository manager and we created a Durga software folder for our development work, and under that we go to designer and we imported the sources which we need to import. And once it is designed, and the next thing we did is we created an target table into the target, that is employee target, and after that we created a mapping taking the source from the Scott, that is employee, and the target which we created in the target as target. And once it is designed, Now we are going to run this mapping. For running this mapping, first we need to create a session. For that, we are going to workflow manager here. Once we click on W, a workflow manager will be opening here. So here what we need to do, we need to go to first tools. Under Durga software, this developer will be available. First we need to go to task, create a session. Session should be created with starting with s underscore employee source underscore empt. That means I am trying to make naming convention from my mapping to session and the workflow similarly, so that in real time also if we are creating it with a proper naming convention, your mapping similar to your session, similar to your workflow. If someone apart from your development team, like someone try to work on your machine, and if they try to understand the things, they can easily understand with this type of analysis. So I am creating here, you can see here one session will hold one mapping. So I am creating this mapping. Once I click OK, you can see here mapping is available. Now what I am doing here is I am trying to double click on it, this map session, and under this session I'll have a mapping tab. Under that mapping I'll be selecting my employee source. Here I am defining my source, which source we are getting the source table. It is not from HR, it is from Scott. So I am selecting Scott here, and next I need to select employee target, which should be loaded into which target, that is Durga, right? Here we need to create, before that we need to create a connection for the Durga. So here we need to go to connection, relationship. Here we need to go to which database it is Durga is available, create a new and select Durga is available. Go to mapping, targets will select Durga, and bulk to normal will be done. So click apply and OK. This one is ready. This one is inserted under the session. Now we are going to design a workflow. For that we are selecting workflow designer here. Task developer is for creating a session and which will hold a mapping, and workflow designer is the one which is going to used here for designing the workflow. So once workflow designer is selected, we'll go to workflow and create a workflow. WF workflow should be represented with WF, the same naming convention like how we provided for mapping as well as session. See, integration service INT is enabled. Under which integration service this workflow is creating, here you can see start button is created. Now we want this session to be run, so we are dragging and dropping this session. These two should be mapped with one another. For that we need to go to task, link the task. So I'm just clicking on start, dragging a line towards my session, dropping it there. This one will create as an arrow bar. Now I'm saving this one. So this one is workflow is valid again without any errors. Now we need to run this and we need to monitor. Before we run this workflow, we need to go to workflow monitor here. First we need to connect to the integration service. Once it is connected, under from which folder the workflow is run, everything will be showing here. Now the time is like afternoon 2 p.m. So when that workflow is run, when this integration is services created, connected, everything will be available here. Now here I am going to my workflow, right clicking on the start, selecting start workflow from task. We'll go to monitor. You can see it is succeeded. So we'll see the, if you right click on this session, and we can see get run properties. Once you select, you can see source employee is having 14 records and your target employee 1 is loaded with 14 records. Okay, we'll log into our database and we will see whether our Durga software Durga is loaded with employee table with records or not. So now I am connecting to my database schema Durga. Employee table is available, so we are selecting. You can see 14 records are available under the Durga schema. This is how we can make use of this Informatica mapping. Once we design this mapping, we need not remove it once again. We can just save it for a number of times. We can run if next year into this source table employee, if 50,000 records were loaded and your client want that 50,000 records should be loaded into your target database schema onto the employee table which is available into Durga schema. So what we will do, we will just come back to the workflow and we will right click there and we will just run the workflow. Automatically it is going to load all your source to target tables into the target and it will make it ready at your target database. This is how an Informatica will be used in real time to design a source to target connectivity and to make the things work in real time when we are working with source to target connections. When we create a source to target source table, source database and a target database, and once we create a source and target database connections, we will design a mapping and we will import the things into the source and target folders. After that we will design the mapping. That mapping will be run through a creation of a session in the workflow manager. Once it is created, that workflow manager will be using it for creating a workflow. That session will be used to create a mapping, which source it is coming, everything will be created, and the next thing what it is going to do is, it is going to, once the workflow is run, we will be monitoring into the workflow monitor. In the workflow monitor we can see whatever the session is run and at what time, when it is finished, whether it is successful or failure, everything will be monitored here in the workflow. Here you all can see it is succeeded, at what time it is, what time it run, how much time it took. If you want to see the log, if we right click on this session and if you go to session log, we can see all the log since it's starting from the starting to ending, what it is doing, like how the rows are loaded, everything will be recorded here. We can analyze if there is some error, like we can go here into the information and we can see what is the error, why it is error is created. Okay, so here you can see it is loading the records, how it is loading. It is the employee start load table, how it is loading. It will maintain the details of everything, like insert scripts, what exactly the insert script it is doing. Everything will be available under this. Insert into, see, this is how it is loading. Insert into employee table with employee names, what are the values they want to insert. Everything will be available here under this particular. This one we call it as in log events for the sessions which we ran through workflow. After running the workflow through a workflow manager, everything will be recorded here. I hope like you understood the basic mapping, how we will connect to the source and target, and how we will be monitoring here and there, and how we will be creating an session, and through session how we will be creating a workflow, and once the workflow is run, how we will be monitoring that and how we will be taking out the logs and all. I hope like you all understood. Thank you all. Is the one which we use for filtering the data on the fly. As we learned, like once we create a mapping, during the mapping it will be using the transformations. Filter is one transformation which we use in Informatica to do the filtering of any data passing from source to target. That means we will filter the records which are coming from the table columns, and we will be making use of filter transformation, and we will be filtering whatever the data is required to be filtered through this transformation. For our usage here, filter transformation, we call this one as an active and then connected transformation, because it will be all the time active and it will be connecting from source to the target. And we can filter rows in a mapping with the filter transformation. We pass all the rows from source transformation through a filter transformation, then enter a filter condition for the transformation. After entering a filter condition, all the ports in the filter transformation are input and output, and only rows that meet the condition which we are filtering in the filter transformation, that rows will be passed to the target and it will be loaded in the target. Here in our usage, in our example, let us make one change here. My client he is having HR source, and this he is having employee table, under this employee table he is having so many employees and their salaries. Now while loading, he wants to load, he is having one more table, employee table, in the target. While loading the data from source to target, he want to filter employee greater than 4800 only should be loaded into the target employee table. This is what a customer wants to do the transformation. This is how a customer wants to design a transformation for the filter. That means he wants to load source to target, and during the design he wants to filter employee salary greater than 4800 should be loaded into the target. How we can design this filter transformation using an Informatica? For this, first what we need to do is we need to go to our designer. Here till now we have tables from Scott, but we don't have table from employee and department table from the employee schema, HR schema. So I want to import tables from HR schema. For that, what I am doing, again I'll go to my sources. I'll just right click here, clear all the existing which are table visualizations are available, and I'll go to sources, import from database. Here now I am connecting to my HR schema. Once we connect to the HR schema, here I am expanding my tables and I am selecting employees, and I'll select departments also for my usage. I'm just importing employees and departments. In this employee table, we'll try to view the data. So I am selecting preview data. Here I want to connect to my HR to view the data of that particular employee table. Here you can see so many records are available, and under the salary column we'll be having salary also available. Salary is also available under the salary column. Now here I want to make use of this employee table structure available in my target. Okay, for that what I am doing, I am going to my targets here. I'll just remove this existing one and I will drag and drop employee table from HR, not from the Scott, because HR is having so many records. So I am using employee table from HR. Here, first of all, you can double click on this table and you can rename the table name into your target. Here I want to rename it as employee underscore filter, which I am using for filter transformation. So target table is employee filter, and you can remove the primary key, foreign key relationships which are available from the source because we are trying to use it. Or you can make like if you want to change any data types, or if you want to create a new columns or something else, everything you can add it here. First of all, I'll click apply here, click OK. This table structure table name is renamed in the Informatica. The same table name should be created into my target schema, that is Durga. How I can create? I'll go to targets, I'll select generate execute, and I'll go to generate execute, click OK. You can see here table is created into your database, Durga target database. See, create table employee filter with all the relationships like primary key and foreign key. Everything is created onto your table. Once this is done, we'll select Ctrl S from your keyboard, that is save button. So this one is created. Okay, this one is valid. Now we are going to design a mapping here. I'm selecting here mapping. Existing mapping is a basic mapping employee source to target. Now we are creating a mapping employee source. From employee source we are making a mapping to the employee target. In between we want to use a transformation, that is filter. So how we can design a new mapping? Under this mapping, I am going to mapping here. I am creating mapping by name M underscore filter transformation. So into this I am trying to drag and drop my source table. So source table I am just minimizing it just to make this space clear. So this will pass to a source call file. After this I want my target. I pull my target here. You all can see here target is pulled. Once the target is available and I want to make use of this particular source to target mapping, but we need a filter, right? So for filtering the data we need to use a filter transformation. Filter transformation will be available here. You all can see here filter transformation is available. Either you can take it from here or you can go to transformation, create, and you can give naming convention, some naming convention for your transformation, and from the drop down list also you can select the filter. Anything you can do. Here I am selecting here. If you create it from here, the transformation will be available under your transformations folder. So if you create directly into the mapping, only to that particular mapping that filter will be, transformation will be available. Suppose if you are creating from the transformation, if you create a transformation with a condition salary greater than 4,800, whenever it is required into any mapping, that particular salary greater than 4,800 filter transformation, you can drag and drop it and you can make use of it anytime. There are two different ways, like one is like directly only onto that mapping, or create permanently with a condition salary greater than 4,800. That salary greater than 4,800, wherever it is required to use it into any mapping, you can create it, drag and drop it, and you can create it there and you can make use of it. Now here what I am doing here is I am trying to create a filter transformation. click on filter, click on here. You can see here this. Now I'm selecting all these tables. You all can see all the columns were added, and we want to design a condition into this transformation. So how I am designing a condition into this transformation is, I am double clicking on this transformation and I am selecting the properties. Here I will have a condition filter. I need to write a condition going to the ports. I'll select a condition salary greater than 4,800. If I click validate, see, this condition is validate. If I click OK, apply. Now I'll select all these columns at a time and I'll map it to my target. I'll save it. This one is valid. So now the next thing is like we need to design a workflow. From workflow manager we need to design a session for this mapping. Now what we have done, we imported the sources employee and we created a target employee table. Into that empty table we need to load data from source to target. While designing source to target, we need to filter the data saying that employee salary greater than 4,800 should be loaded into my target. Let's see how many records can be loaded into my target. Here, before that, like we will go to database and we will check it into HR database how the data will be filtered. You can see 58 records. Normally how many records we will have in an employee table is 107 records. That means remaining were the salaries which are not available with 4,800. Less than 4,800 were the remaining records. Let's see how the data will be loaded into the target. So we saved it. Now we are going to workflow here to design a session. Again I am going to my task developer, clearing the existing one, right click on white space and select clear all. Now we will create a session, task create session, s underscore employee underscore filter transformation. Now we are selecting this mapping which we created. Now you can see here session is available. Under this session we need, from the mapping we need to select the source and we need to select the target. So I'm double clicking on this, going to the mapping and I'm selecting here. My source is in HR, so I'm selecting HR here, and my target is Durga, so I'm selecting target. Change this bulk to normal because we are doing a normal load. Once we click apply, okay, save it. This one is valid. Next we are going to workflow designer. Under this workflow designer, what we will do, we will create a workflow once again. Create a workflow with saying WF underscore employee underscore filter. We'll just make it like salary greater than 4,800. just a proper naming convention. So I'm using this. Linking a task here to here. I'll save it. This one is a valid one. Now I'll start my workflow. Right click on this, start workflow from task. This one is filter is succeeded. Now I'll go to get run properties. You can see 58 records were loaded, right? This is how we can make use of the filter transformation in an Informatica, and we can run the transformation using the filter transformation. Once we run the filter transformation, it will load the data from source to the target. While loading the data from source to target, it will select the condition what we are framing there in the transformation, and depending on that condition it is going to load the data from source to target. So let us see one more example in this, creating source to target with another filter transformation less than 4800, how it will load. Okay, for that, once again I'll go to my designer, I'll go to my sources. No need of importing the sources. We'll create one more target here. So clear all. Filter 1 is less than targets, generate execute. So table is created. Now we are designing a mapping. Employee underscore filter 1. Why I am giving filter 1 is already filter FIL is available in the mapping. So we are doing another condition, that is less than 4800. We are doing it here. So this one is done. Now we want to load data from employee source to my employee targets. In between I want to use a transformation. I am selecting all this, moving into my target transformation. Here I'll apply a condition, double click on the transformation. I'll apply a condition salary less than 4800. Validate. Apply. Okay. Next I am mapping all this, loading into my target. Just connecting all my source ports to my target. Once I save it, this one is valid. Next we'll design one more workflow and a session first. Now we'll go to double click on session. We'll create a mapping. Once we select mapping, we want to create a connection to my HR, which is my source connection. And we'll check our target, that is Durga. Done, right? Next is normal, apply, okay. We'll save it. This one is done. And the next what we will do is we'll create a workflow. Again I'll go here and I will create a workflow. Now we will create a connection. Save it. This one is valid, less than 4800. Now we will run this mapping. Right click on the start, select start workflow from task. We'll just monitor it here and we can see less than also succeeded. And we will see the records. You can see target 47 records. If it is failing, we'll see why it is failing. Let me remove the keys and let me load the data while creating the target. This might be violating, so I'll just remove this, save it. The mapping, I'll remove this one. Now we have done the changes onto the existing mapping, so we need to go to task and once again we need to refresh. To go to mapping, oh, it went into read-only mode. Let me disconnect this once. Let Let me connect it back. Here you can see throughput records is 47. So we understood like from the above transformation from source to target how the records will be loaded, like when we create an filter transformation, how the records is getting loaded from source to target. Okay, if you want, like we can do one more example how we can filter two conditions under one. Okay, how we can make use of two conditions. That means let us check the data first, then we'll create a condition. Will make salary less than salary equal to 6,100 and salary equal to 4,200. These are the two records we want to load. Okay, 6,100 and 4,100 will design a mapping for that two conditions under one transformation. Here we are clearing this. We are creating one more target table. Only two records should be loaded into the target. Here I am creating this one into my targets. Now I am going to my mapping, creating a new mapping. Employees as a source. Filter transformation. I'm taking all my source columns into my filter transformation Here I am double clicking on my filter transformation, properties, creating a condition. Salary equal to 6100 and salary equal to 4100. This one is valid. Two conditions under one transformation. Like this you can frame a number of conditions under a single transformation. So valid one. We are going to workflow, design a workflow. For that, designing a task first with a session. Session underscore now under this I want to map my source and my target. My source is HR, my target is Durga. Now we'll create a workflow. We'll start a workflow from task. We can see it is succeeded. So now I am checking with two conditions. So it might not be applied with any conditions. Let us check why it is not getting applied. Let us once check our target table. Oh, table does not available at this place. That's why it is. is not loaded with any record. Let us change the filter here. Change the filter condition here. Salary greater than 5,000 and salary less than 10,000. So we can see 39 records got loaded. Salary greater than 5,000 and salary less than 10,000. So this is how we can make use of multiple conditions also can be defined under a single transformation of your filter. That means whatever the different conditions you want to frame using a filter transformation, we can define it here and we can make use of it. I hope like you all understood how to make use of a filter transformation using Informatica. Thank you all.